so we just saw that Justin Fields is basically named the starter for the game against Denver on Sunday at 1:25 Pacific time, 4:25 Eastern time. Now, it sparks a question. Is Russell Wilson already getting benched? The honest answer is maybe, and I might be able to prove it. Now, let's be very clear. This is all speculation. I did a bunch of research. The only people that know what's going on in that building are the people in the building, and I'm clearly not one of those people. There's a lot of questions. Hey, is Justin Fields a starter? Is he the starter, or is he the starter? Is Russell Wilson hurt, or is he hurt? You know what I mean? We're going to try to answer all those questions using clips from the present, the past, and we're going to let you guys kind of answer that question. So let's play a clip of what Mike Tomlin said regarding Justin Fields playing on Sunday. Roll the clip.
But as I sit here today, we're preparing as if Justin is going to be our quarterback. I think that's the appropriate way to do it. Speculation is a waste of time. Russell's hurt. He's not available to us. And so, as you guys know, as a general practice, man, I focus my energy on those that are available and their readiness. Just saw Justin. He just finished a good workout here today, and excited about maybe going through a complete week with him in terms of the preparation process. But again, we'll take it day by day. Russ is not scheduled to work in totality tomorrow. To what degree, I do not know. And then we'll play it by ear from there based on the results and the things that we see in terms of whether or not we consider him and to what degree we consider him.
All right, so I showed you that clip just so that you guys could see as well exactly what Mike Tomlin said, because I know all the national media, Rappaport, ESPN, CBS, they're all saying just the Steelers are planning Justin Fields, are preparing for Justin Fields to start on Sunday. That's not what happened. That's not what Mike Tomlin said. Mike Tomlin said, right now, Russ is hurt. We're preparing as if Justin Fields is the starter. I think there's a clear difference as to what he's saying versus what's being reported. What Mike Tomlin is saying, if Russ was healthy, he'd be preparing to start right now, but he's not healthy. Justin Fields is preparing to start. If Russ is healthy, he'll play on Sunday. But let's be very clear, Russ, even if he got healthy like today, he wouldn't have enough time to be ready to go on Sunday. There wouldn't be enough preparation time for him. We're talking about a day of practice and a day of walkthrough. That's not enough time to prepare for an NFL game. Justin Fields is probably going to start anyways. Now, it sparks a lot of questions. Is Russ healthy? Like, is he healthy or not? Like, the Steelers are saying he's unhealthy, but is he really? Is he unhealthy, or is Justin just a guy that the Steelers want to see more of, given that he played a good game against the Falcons on Sunday? Not a great game, but a good game, and they want to build on that. It sparks a lot of questions. Questions that we might be able to answer using some research, some information, some press conferences, some situations we've gone through in the past. So I'm going to play you a clip from the press conference before the Week 17 Seahawks game. Remember, this is when Mason Rudolph just came off of a good game, a really good game versus the Bengals, and Kenny Pickett was hurt, not hurt, nobody really knows. We're talking about a situation where the backup played well, and there's questions if your starter is actually your starter when healthy. Let's play that clip right now.
So to be clear, Kenny, if he's cleared, he will go on Sunday.
I'm not into hypotheticals. We'll see what the performance looks like tomorrow. Mason Rudolph has the ball as we stand here today.
All right, now, you see how he answered that question. He really danced around saying, first of all, he was asked, is your starter still the starter when healthy? And he doesn't want to answer that question. He really danced around it because he knows his backup quarterback just had a good game. He doesn't want to ruin the confidence of that. Who knows what's going on? He doesn't want to answer the question, is the starter still the starter when healthy? Now, what ended up happening, Mike Tomlin reported that Kenny Pickett ended up being a healthy scratch against the Seahawks. He was healthy enough to play, but he didn't get the reps. We wanted to bench him because Mason Rudolph was playing so well and Kenny didn't have enough reps. They wanted to save face for Kenny Pickett. Now, he refuses to say Kenny's still the starter when healthy. Look how he answers this question from this past Tuesday. He answers it in a really similar way. Check this out.
When healthy, is Russell still your QB1?
Again, I'm not going to soothe you with hypothetical scenarios. It is my general practice to not. You guys that know me know I do not. So why start today? Because it's the quarterback position or because it's a national story. I am unmoved by some of those narratives, to be quite honest with you. We got an approach to business. I always stand in front of you guys when people are somewhat limited. I say we'll push through our work week. We'll let their participation be our guide in terms of whether we include them and then the quality of that participation. This scenario is no different for me, respectfully. I understand that you have to ask that question, but it doesn't mean that we need to change our position or do things that are abnormal in the effort to answer it. We're just simply going to proceed with what we normally do. Our energies and attention are on those that are available and are scheduled to play. They are deserving of that. When those that are not are healthy, we'll ponder it at that time.
Now, before I even analyze that at all, just remember that Mike Tomlin answers yes or no questions with a yes or no answer. Mike Tomlin, blah, 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 blah. No. Mike Tomlin, blah, 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 blah. Yes. That's literally how he answers yes or no questions. This is a really weird way to not say, yes, Russell Wilson is still my starter when healthy. But here's what's even more interesting. He really dove into how he doesn't like to answer hypotheticals, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. When asked a question, is your starter still a starter when healthy? A yes or no question.
To be clear, Kenny, if he's cleared, he will go on Sunday.
I'm not into hypotheticals. We'll see what the performance looks like tomorrow.
When healthy, is Russell still your QB1?
Again, I'm not going to soothe you with hypothetical scenarios. It is my general practice to not. You guys that know me know I do not. So why start today?
And for a guy like Mike Tomlin, who's exuding as much confidence as he does in Russell Wilson, having not even played a single regular season snap for the team, it's kind of interesting to see how similarly he answered this question as he did last season. It's a really similar situation, really similar answer. You know, I mean, look at last season, Mason Rudolph, the backup quarterback's coming off a good game. You go into the following week, your starter is healthy, but you're going to play your backup quarterback. We're going into a similar situation this year. Justin Fields played well against the Falcons. Russell Wilson may or may not be healthy. The Steelers may or may not want to see what they got in Justin Fields. It's a really similar situation now. Similar to last year, Kenny Pickett was a healthy scratch versus the Seahawks, even though he said he could play. Hey, look, Russell Wilson also said he's ready to play versus the Falcons, but they benched him for Justin Fields. So just like last year, where Kenny Pickett said he's healthy, but the Steelers said, actually, we like the backup. The Steelers are doing the same thing this year. Russ might be healthy, but they want to save face for Russ, Super Bowl champion. They really love him. They don't want to create any negative media attention. This might be their nice way of benching Russ, but even if he's not actually benched, remember last season, Mason Rudolph, right before that Seahawks game, he had a ball-out game versus the Bengals and ended up having a ball-out game in place of healthy Kenny Pickett versus the Seahawks. If Justin Fields goes out there and balls out against the Broncos, just like Mason Rudolph did against the Seahawks last year, there's a real chance we're talking about, hey, I think the Steelers actually want to see if Justin Fields can be their guy, because remember, their goal with Russell Wilson isn't for Russell Wilson to be their franchise quarterback. They want to work out a way to eventually get to Justin Fields being their guy. They want to be able to develop Justin Fields. And if he's making the progress, if he's winning you games, just like Mason Rudolph, if Justin Fields starts balling, you can't turn away from him because you really want to see Russell Wilson. Dude, this first half of the schedule is about as easy as it's going to get, because that second half is going to be rough. You cannot afford to lose games right now. So if Justin Fields is balling and winning you games right now, you can't wait. You can't be so risky as to go to Russell Wilson, by the way, who can't move, can't do what Justin Fields can do in terms of running the ball, converting third downs using his legs on his own. The way I see this is the Steelers like what they see in Justin Fields on Sunday versus the Falcons. They want to see if he can build on that versus the Broncos. Also, keep in mind, last year, Justin Fields versus Russell Wilson was a great game by both quarterbacks. It was one of Justin Fields' best game against the Broncos defense, too. What if Justin does it again? If Justin balls out against the Broncos on Sunday, this might be Justin Fields' starting job to lose. As of right now, I think the Steelers are still really playing coy with saying, hey, is Russ the starter or not? Hey, he's our starter, but yada, yada, blah, 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 blah. If he's your guy, you would say so. You're not saying so. That makes me think you guys want Justin Fields to be the guy right now. And I think it's the right move. So you can answer for me. Do you think Russell Wilson is kind of getting soft bench? If Justin Fields plays poorly, we'll see Russell Wilson in there soon. I think, and I'm choosing to believe, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, I'm okay with that. I think the Steelers liked what they saw with Justin Fields versus the Falcons. They want to see him get better and build on that. And if he doesn't, we'll see Russell Wilson in there eventually. But if he balls, this might be Justin Fields' job, and Russ might have gotten benched before even playing a single snap for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just a theory based on past evidence. Remember, we saw a similar thing last year. Kenny Pickett was the starter, but the backup kind of started playing well, and they had to stick to the backup even into the playoffs. We could see a similar thing this year. Russell Wilson gets hurt. Backup Justin Fields starts kind of balling out. You kind of got to stick with the backup who's playing well, who can offer your offense more than your starter can. I'm excited. I think Justin Fields is probably, should be the guy going forward. I mean, that threat with your legs at the quarterback position, it's something defenses have to respect. It's something Russell Wilson doesn't give you. Russ can't move. He's not a threat to convert a first down on 3rd and 7 like Justin is. I think Justin Fields is a better fit for the Arthur Smith offense. We saw that on Sunday versus the Falcons. Justin was one of the better deep ball throwers on Sunday, which is weird to think about, but it's true. Statistically, he was like the 3rd best, if not the best deep ball thrower on Sunday versus the Falcons. But do with that information what you will. Do you think Russ is getting benched? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to watch. I think Justin Fields might play really well against the Broncos on Sunday, especially when they're going to open up the middle of the field, it sounds like. It's going to be really interesting to see. Plus, he's got a running game that can help him out. I hope he balls. I hope he wins his starting job on Sunday because I think he has an opportunity to do just that. But you let me know what you think. I'm Devin Engel. Go Steelers.